Hi guys, welcome to my channel. It's your girl Ada, and in today's video I'm going to show you guys how I made this top that I am wearing right here. As you can see, it's really cute, and I believe it's something that a beginner or an intermediate sewer can actually make. So yeah, if you find this video helpful at the end of the day, please do not forget to comment, like, share, and if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe so that you can get my videos every week. And if you're new here, welcome to our family. I hope you like what you see, and don't forget to subscribe as well so that you can always get my videos. And until next time guys, remain blessed. Bye. Alright guys, so for this top that I made, I decided to use my basic bodice block to do the cutting, just to make the process easier and faster. So if you don't know how to make the basic bodice block, I'll put the link of the video I made on that already in my description box, so you go and check it out and you can come back and watch this video. So anyways, I measured 6 inches downwards from the top of that basic bodice block, that is from the shoulder. I measured 6 inches downwards and I marked that point. Then after measuring 6 inches, I went ahead to just extend my bust measurement, my waist measurement, and the hip measurements, or like the end of the top, that's the full length measurement. So the bust measurement, I extended it by about 1 inch, yeah, 1 inch to the left, right? And this the fabric under this block is actually on a fold, so that when I cut it, I will have like two sides. So then I also extended my waist by 4 inches. This is because the top is going to be like loose and free, so it's kind of like a maternity top, so that is why I made it really free like that. So then for the hip part, I also went ahead to just mark the same measurement I already made for my waist on the hip as well, so I didn't have to start doing any other extra measurement. I just marked it the same measurement, yeah, that's extending by 4 inches. And then I use my ruler to just join the lines and make it more clear. Because of the nature of the fabric I'm using in this video, which is kind of like net like fabric, the whole joining of the lines and everything was not really clear, but I hope you are still able to at least get something or understand something from like what I did, because I was really thinking twice about posting this video, but I just decided to just post it because it could still help somebody. So yeah, that's what I did. I joined the lines together, and then after joining the lines, I also went ahead to extend my armhole measurement. Okay, so I extended that line that I drew upwards to just reach where that upper bust line is, and then I traced my armhole from that from where I extended the line up to. Then I traced my armhole to the 6 inch point that I made earlier, and I just made sure that my tracing was clear enough for me to see, because I'm going to cut out following that line later. So after joining the almost half part of my armhole, then I decided to go back to my shoulder measurement, and from there I mark that 6 inch point again at the right hand edge of the fabric, and I marked it on. Yeah, I just made sure it was visible on the fabric, and then uh, I used my ruler to join that point, the 2 points together. So after joining the 2 points together, I'll just go ahead and cut. So now that I am done cutting the lower part of the top, I'm just going to cut the upper part as well. And to cut this upper part, I just simply cut out that point, or that part that I measured, that 6 inch, that is from the shoulder to the above the upper bust, that 6 inches that I measured. So I just cut it out and then use it to cut out my fabric. So I just drew a straight line first of all, so that I can place the pattern on it and cut adequately. So after I drew that straight line, then I placed the first part, and I just created a new neckline, because I'm not going to use the same neckline on this pattern on the top that I am sewing. So for my neckline, I just measured 3 inches as my neck depth, and also 3 inches as my neck depth, and then I joined it to the neck width, which was already on the pattern itself. So I just used a freehand to kind of make like a curve for my neck. Then after creating that neck curve, I simply cut it out with my scissors, and then I went ahead to also cut out the remaining part of the pattern on the fabric. And the reason why I placed my pattern like this, or my pattern paper like this, is because the shoulder, like I always say, is slopey, so I did not want to like have a straight shoulder. I kind of wanted it to be slopey when I cut it, so that's why I placed it like that, at an angle, and then just cut the whole thing out. So now that I am done cutting, you can see what it looks like when you place the top half on the other part of the top. So we're just going to use our sewing machine to sew it and make everything, neat and stuff. Now for the back of the bodies of the top, for the back of the lower bodies of the top, we are just going to duplicate the front on the back, but for the back we are going to leave 1 inch on the right hand side for our zip allowance, right? So we're just going to leave that 1 inch and go ahead to just cut out the same thing that you've cut for the front on the back, except for the 1 inch that you leave by the right hand side. Okay, and for the back, you don't cut it on a fold, but I actually cut mine on a fold. I'm still going to go ahead to cut the fold half, or the folded part, into two. So if it makes any sense. So for the top part of the back, we are also going to do like almost the same thing we did for the lower part of the back. We just leave 1 inch zip allowance, and then place the other part that you had already cut out and just duplicate it again for the top half of the back. So I just went ahead to use my scissors and just cut everything. And then after cutting, of course, I would also, that part that is folded where the 1 inch zip allowances, I'll just open it and just like cut it, like cut through it, because it's not supposed to be cut on a fold. Yeah. So when you're done cutting, your back piece should look like this. Your back piece should have two different parts to it, and then also the front piece should look like this. So let's just go ahead and join now with our sewing machine. Okay, but before joining, before the joining, we're just going to duplicate what we have cut already for the on the net fabric. We're just going to cut it again on the inner part. That's we call it landing in Nigeria. I don't know, linear, whatever. The interface, the inner part of the top. So I'm just going to cut that out, and to cut it out, you're just going to simply duplicate what you had cut before on the on the main fabric itself, but we're going to make it shorter because I want the edge of this my net fabric to kind of show, and I don't want the linear to kind of overshadow it and make it dull or something. So I'm just going to make the inner part to be shorter, but apart from that, I am going to simply duplicate everything that I had cut already. So yeah. So as you can see, for the back interface is also the same thing, and I'm just going to uh, also duplicate it again. So that's exactly what I did, and then I just cut it out. So yeah. So after sewing the interfacing to the main fabric, this is what it looks like. So this is the front. Yeah, this is what the front looks like. And I just want to add okay, and so we're going to add the top part also, like this. And then I also want to add frills to the yeah, to the middle of the two halves here. So I'm just going to go and pin that down and come and show you guys what it looks like, and we'll see what we can do with this. So for the frills, I just measured a band that is 3 inch in width, and I just went ahead to pin it down on the lower half of the front part of the bodice. Then as you can see, this is what my back part of the bodice looks like. I also joined the top already to the other half. So this piece of fabric here is part of my sleeve, because my sleeve kind of like it was kind of like a bell sleeve, but like yeah, as you can see. So for this sleeve I just created gathers at the end of my basic sleeve. I also have a video on my basic sleeve pattern, and I am going to put a link in the description so that you can know how to make a basic sleeve, and then you'll be able to do something like this. Then after the sleeve, of course, the neck was the last part, because I joined all the other parts together and I put my zipper. So for the neck, I wanted to kind of make it like have a bit of gathers of frills as well. So I just measured my neck and then kind of like multiply this measurement by 3 or so thereabouts, so like around 30 something inches. I measured around 30 something inches on this piece of the fabric. And after measuring the after taking the measurement, I think the weight also is about 4 inches, and then I just folded in half and went ahead to sew, sorry, to pin this to the neck of the fabric and then of the top, and then sew it with my machine. So that is how I created the neck of this top. Yeah, I really like how this top came out. In this picture you can see how beautiful it looks. So thanks for watching guys, and bye.